So your leather is peeling or flaking. It could be that you have a real leather or a vinyl and that it was previously painted and the paint is degrading, in which case you would notice that the texture and the surface of the material is actually the same and repels water in the same way, in which case just strip out that old paint as best you can and then restore it. 95% of the time when you've got this sort of situation going, it's a disintegrating bonded leather or faux leather. It's a synthetic. And you'll see with the substrate here that you've got a very distinctive difference in texture. You have something with a grain here and then like a fuzzy fabric, microfiber, some sort of different material that is, and they're delaminating, they're disintegrating. Also, sometimes a label, an interior label on the piece will indicate what it's made of. It'll say man-made or polyurethane. But even then, you do have to be wary. I have seen labels professing genuine leather on synthetic pieces. And that's because there are no laws regulating the use of leather, the use of the term leather in the United States. And probably the clearest indication, if you bought the piece new, is the cost. Genuine leather furniture, a sofa this size will cost $5,000 to $10,000. A sofa this size takes 5 or 6 cowhides, each cowhide being roughly 50 square feet. And so the leather alone for a piece this large would be $2,000. Most people buying bonded leather furniture are paying only that much for the fully manufactured piece. And that's a pretty clear indication that it's fake. And so when you've got this problem, no professional is going to touch it. It's not really worth repairing because you need to replace this polyurethane coating on the surface and then dye it. And because it's so unstable, it's just, peeling away like that. Anything you add to the surface, it might stick well on this spot, but anywhere it bumps into this stuff, this degrading stuff, that's an unstable foundation for whatever you're putting on top. So it's going to accelerate wear and kind of just take everything with it. Generally, I don't recommend repairing. That being said, we have had some customers have some success, especially with darker colored sofas. This is a bright red, so I'm not expecting to be thrilled with this. But you can try to dye the fabric. Essentially, you're dyeing the fabric substrate just to sort of minimize the eyesore. But again, to do it properly, you'd have to do a vinyl repair. You'd need to put FC1 soft filler or some sort of vinyl repair compound to seal up the microfiber fabric substrate, allow it to cure, then dye over the top with the dye. But it's not worth the trouble. It's not worth the time or money. So you can see here that that's better, but it's kind of a band-aid. It's not what I recommend. I don't like selling our product for this problem because it's not a real viable solution. Because this is just going to get worse and it's destined for the landfill. And then from there, start scouring Craigslist, the Penny Saver, garage sales, yard sales, and look for some genuine leather furniture because the real stuff restores beautifully. And it's easy to spot sometimes, especially aniline leather, because it will have unsightly body oil stains or watermarks, and it will have sort of an antiqued, distressed look. And so long as the leather itself is in good condition, and it's got a sturdy frame, it's got good skin and good bones, you can restore it as many other people have, as we did for 20 years as professionals, using Rub and Restore products. And that's easy to do, and we would love to help you with that.